Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Terlep. Welcome to another 5 minutes to vitality. This week we'd like to explore an old adage actually that I think most of us are pretty familiar with, and I think if I asked anybody, an apple a day keeps, everybody would say the doctor away, right? And so I've not been wanted to be around for a long time, but the expression is a valid one. Well, if we took it to modern terms and said, okay, well, what else would we talk about? Well, most of us have been sold the idea that an aspirin a day will keep the doctor away. And it seems that's just not the case any longer. Actually, it never was, but we just saw the evidence. Interestingly enough, Bayer Aspirin in 2014 requested from the FDA to be able to put on their label that aspirin utilization every day will help to prevent heart attacks and cardiovascular incidents, strokes, that sort of thing, other blockages in the body, etc. And even healthy individuals. And you recommended the utilization of aspirin daily and to be able to put that on their label. Well, the FDA took the submission, they went back and reviewed the literature and came back and said, ho, 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 not just a second. Because not only we're not going to let you put that on the label, but we're going to completely change our recommendation when it comes to aspirin. And currently 40 million Americans, that's a big number, are taking aspirin daily at the recommendation of their family doctor, their cardiologist, the rheumatologist, whoever it is a preventative for heart disease. Well, what the research is showing us is this isn't the case at all. And the FDA has gone back and researched all of these different studies and come back out a few months ago and said, guess what? We're reversing our previous opinion and saying that aspirin therapy, not only is it not helpful, but it's hurtful. And the only people that it has any evidence whatsoever it may be helpful in is people who've had a heart attack previously. So if you're taking aspirin every day, it might be a good idea to rethink the idea of doing that. The FDA has completely turned around and said not to do that. There's study after study that's actually showing that. Interestingly, one of the predilectors, the problems that will create a significantly increased risk of heart disease is diabetes. And recent studies published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, the American Journal of Cardiology, different studies that were done in various parts of the world, very good studies, have shown that even in diabetics, aspirin therapy does nothing to prevent or reduce the risk of heart disease. As a matter of fact, it causes other problems: cataracts, respiratory problems, increased risk of stroke, GI bleeding, stomach bleeding, and lower parts of the gastrointestinal tract. It creates other situations that are there. Men, if you guys are taking aspirin every day, right, there's a 22% increased risk of erectile dysfunction with utilization of aspirin every day. There are people who come into our office who actually come in for tinnitus, the ringing in the ears, or vertigo. And what we find out is they're taking aspirin a day, and we discontinue the utilization of that aspirin every single day. We get rid of it, and guess what happens? The tinnitus, the ringing in the ears, the dizziness can actually improve markedly. So the idea of taking an aspirin a day really, really needs to be rethought. So if you are doing it, give strong consideration to stopping it and maybe move to that aspirin a day. It may prove to be more helpful. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.